I'm back. Shout out to everybody who tunes in, who comments. I definitely read the comments. I'm definitely going to respond. You know what I mean? But back to the Strait, back to the Middle East. Keep telling you, we're gonna keep following it. And you know, after Black Hawk down, we had to do something. So, you know what I'm saying? That's where we at right now. We're gonna see what they talking about. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see what they talking about. They're exchanging fire, especially over them shooting that helicopter down, but it was no casualties. But see what they talking about.
Thank you, Brian. Tehran and the U.S. trading blows now. Iran's downing of an American helicopter prompting a fiery U.S. response as the president gives a new update on the state of negotiations. This is a quickly developing story as we come to air in New York City. Here we go now. I'm Bill Hemmering. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Dana Perino, and this is America's Newsroom. As you said, it's fast breaking. So CENTCOM says it took out 20 Iranian targets, including radar sites all around the Strait of Hormuz. This after an Iranian drone downed a U.S. Apache helicopter off the coast of Oman. Both American crew members are safe, and we'll have much more on that in a moment.
So that fighting, just the latest blow to the ceasefire. President Trump signaling he's fed up.
That's what I'm talking about. One helicopter, 20 targets. That's what I'm talking about.
Telling Fox News earlier today that he may hit Iran even harder, targeting that country's power plants and possibly its bridges.
And the president writes on True Social.
Turn the lights off. This is what I've been talking about. This is what I've been saying. This is what I want to see, because they're playing you like a fiddle, and it's like they're not going to stop. Who cares what people talking about? Do what you need to do. Knock them out of commission. Like, you know what I'm saying? 48 laws of power, diminish your enemies to a point to kind of like no return. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm not feeling nobody that's talking about death to America. I'm not feeling that. Back to the video.
Quote, Iran is all talk and no action. The bully of the Middle East is dead. They've taken too long to negotiate a deal that would have been great for them. Now they will have to pay the price. So Trey Yingst with the latest from Tel Aviv. He spoke with the president just a short time ago. What else did he tell you, Trey?
Yeah, Bill, Dana, good morning. Overnight, the United States launched a series of airstrikes against Iranian targets along the coast. The Iranians responded with missile fire toward U.S. forces. And I spoke with President Trump earlier. He told me he may keep going and is even getting closer to targeting Iranian power plants and bridges, because President Trump says the Iranians are tapping the U.S. along at the negotiating table. This is a significant development and a change in thinking here, because the president says they had a chance to sign a deal and survive. And ultimately, this week, they shot down a U.S. Apache helicopter with a drone. The president giving Fox News some new details on that incident off the coast of Oman. President Trump says the drone lodged in between the two crew members in this Apache helicopter, and it was on fire, but it didn't explode. The president says...
Wait. So it was a kamikaze drone. The drone basically just flew into the helicopter. I thought like the drone had missiles on it, but to hear what they're saying, basically the drone just ran into the helicopter.
There was a lot of heat there in the cockpit. Ultimately, the pilot was able to bring this helicopter down into the sea, and these two crew members were actually rescued by a sea drone for the first time in U.S. military history. President Trump called this a miracle. We are getting response from the Iranians this hour as it relates to the U.S. strikes that took place overnight and the exchange of fire. Here is what the spokesperson for the Iranian Foreign Ministry had to say.
We need to examine this properly. Look, diplomacy and the battlefields are not separate from each other. They are part of the same continuum, two parallel tools used to safeguard Iran's national interests and national security, wherever necessary.
Nobody want to hear that, yo. You either, you know what I'm saying, lay down, bow down, lay down, you know what I'm saying, period. Like, that's it. We don't want to hear diplomacy. We don't want to hear none of your, we don't want to hear no negotiations. It's over now. Y'all had a chance to strike a deal. I don't want to hear about y'all trying to ink a deal now. Turn the lights off. That's what I want to see. I ain't even going front. We've been waiting too long. This has been going on too long anyway. Like, let's get this over with. If you're going to do it, let's do it.
Our armed forces respond to the enemy with strength and power.
In those strikes overnight, U.S. forces targeted Iranian radar sites and air defense systems that President Trump says the Iranians had tried to rebuild during this ceasefire. Again, though, the latest information that we have from the president, he says he may continue striking the Iranians and that he is getting closer to targeting Iranian power plants and bridges as the Iranians tap the U.S. along at the negotiating table. Bill, Dana?
All right, Trey Yings, thank you.
So let's recap with a series of maps to explain at home what we believe transpired over the last, 36 hours or so. Remember what the Iranians want. They want the international shipping lane to run between these small islands off the coast of Iran. Currently, it goes this way over the coast of Oman, and that's the internationally recognized waters. All right, that is a backdrop. Here is what happened overnight with the U.S. responding. Keshem Island has been hit. Bandar Abbas, a big port city, and two other lesser-known port cities were hit as well on the Iranian coast. So that's where we stand at the moment in response to what happened with that Apache helicopter. What did the Iranians do last night? They apparently targeted 3 different areas in the Middle East, and as Trey will tell you, these countries are essentially on the front lines of the current war. There were missiles fired at Bahrain, host of the Fifth Fleet by the U.S. Navy. Missiles fired at Kuwait and missiles fired at an airbase that the U.S. operates out of Jordan, where a lot of the F-35s fly from. We do not have bomb damage assessments from these 3, but based on the information we're getting so far, some of these missiles were knocked from the sky and there may not have been any damage on the ground. So stand by for more on that. Now to what happened over here on the board. This Apache helicopter was off the coast of Oman about 36 hours ago, patrolling this area at sunset when it was hit by this Iranian drone. 2 pilots are in the water for a period of 2 hours, so it's dark now off the coast of Oman in the Arabian Sea. What does the U.S. military do? For the first time now, they send this U.S. Navy Corsair, which is a drone-operated boat. It's 24 feet long. It was developed by Saronic Technology starting in 2021. So this is very new technology. 1,000 miles nautical range, can carry about 1,000-pound capacity, which is an easy thing to do when you're looking for 2 pilots in the water. Tough thing to locate, but easy to pick them out of the water.
That's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, so 2 pilots in the water and they ain't even have to send men out there to go get them. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was really cool. I think that's cool technology. I like how they did that. 2 hours is not bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause we have history of soldiers down enemy lines taking days to get them. I think it took a couple of days to even get the pilots that got shot down out of that jet when the Strait and all this first started happening. But that's good to know. That was really cool. I like that.
And take them to safety, because essentially you're not putting any more U.S. men in danger in the area. This is how it runs on the video that was filed with us and some of the areas that it was practiced on for this boat. Again, it's autonomous. It's the future of warfare. The Ukrainians have used it to a degree fighting the Russian Navy fleet, but this is the first time for the U.S. military. Retired Vice Admiral John Fozzie Miller now. Sir, thank you for your time and welcome to our coverage. So we wonder, in this big sphere now of the theater, what's next? We are waiting for a response from Iran, and you say that's the wrong mindset. Explain.
Oh, good morning, Bill. Thanks for having me. What needs to happen is the United States needs to take control of the escalation ladder. And if you look at what's just transpired over the last 24 hours, the Iranians shoot down an Apache helicopter. We respond to this Iranian aggression. We respond in a very measured, non-escalatory way to make sure that it doesn't impact the ceasefire. And then we wait for the Iranian response, which we got. And there was missiles into Kuwait, into Bahrain, and into Jordan. So suddenly, the Iranians are controlling the escalation ladder. Mm-hmm. That's not how we're going to win a negotiation.
I don't look at it like that. You hit one helicopter, didn't even shoot it with anything. You ran the drone into the helicopter. We hit 20 targets. What they did was a retaliation, and we don't even know if they hit anything. What are you talking about? Like, I'm not stupid. Like, what Yo, like that really just pissed me off because we did the escalation. You hit one helicopter, we hit 20 targets, and then yes, they had to do something, but our 20 after us hitting 20 targets, that's the escalation. They just had to retaliate. That's it. They had to do something, and if they really did something, that'd be on the news. That's how you know they ain't do nothing. This guy talking about, man. Matter of fact, I ain't even gonna let him finish talking. If you want to listen to this dude, link gonna be in the description. Like, share, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Hit the notification. Tommy GTV. Holla at me. I'm gonna read the comments. I'm gonna answer the comments. I'm gonna keep putting in the work. Love y'all.
Look at